Yo, all right, there we go. Man, I'm doing this by myself. Couldn't figure out how to get rid of that. Hey, what's going on, folks? Hopefully everyone can hear me out there. So I'm doing this solo because someone ran their car into part of John's house a little bit ago. so we're going a little solo here. All's fine. It actually was pretty much just like the fence to their property, but you know, there's basically hoopla going on. So yeah, fun times. So it's a little weird doing the solo, although Phil, One True Nerd King, might be joining. So I'll be reading your comments. I'll be interacting. You'll be part of the show tonight. So thanks for being here, and good luck to us all for me being the only one here. So we kind of just wanted to bring you. We went to Comicspro over the weekend. Actually, last week we only went for a day, but we went for a good chunk of it for all the Marvel DC presentations, and it was our first time kind of being there. It was interesting. It's if none of you have been to Comicspro, it's fascinating because it's pretty much like a comic book convention, but it's all industry and all the books are free. So it's kind of like there's one room where all the publishers are set up with their booths, and they have the artists there, and they have the creators there, and the people who work at the company, and you just grab one of everything that's on the desk or on the booth, and then next door is pretty much the ballroom where they're doing all the presentations, and so yeah, it was fascinating to kind of be to witness that. It kind of felt like stealing when you're going around just picking up books for free. And then the next day we missed this. They usually do round tables, and the round tables is where you move in groups, and the publishers and whoever else there is presenting will present to you what their lineup and what they're working on, and then that's when you kind of get the good stuff. At least what we saw. So we didn't get a ton, but actually one of the giveaways we're going to do is what we pulled from there. We're going to give away tonight this. It's Beneath the Trees. Oh my God, am I going to butcher this name? I got to look it up and make sure I say it correctly. Beneath the Trees Where Nobody Sees, Preludium, the ash can for Comicspro, the Virgin. So if you've seen before, let's see. I don't know how to actually bring up my screen. Oh yeah, here we go. This is fun because we have to do this again. This real time. Oh look, John's joining! Yay! I don't have to struggle.
Oh my goodness, what a crazy day.
Or just telling us someone ran into your house.
So. Yeah, if you want, I can tell the story real quick, unless you're in the middle of something.
Sure. I was just saying we're giving not this version away, but we're giving the Comicspro Virgin version away.
Oh, of the Beneath the Trees. Nice.
Yeah, so we brought it home, and we brought home a copy to give to you guys. So
yeah, it's cool. And on the back, it actually says Comicspro on it, so that's pretty cool. Yeah.
So I thought that would be fun to do.
Nice.
I had a hard time. I had no idea how to move from like the regular. I had to remove the graphic. I figured it out at the last minute. But yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you everyone for putting up with that. So quick story. Minding my own business. My wife and her newborn baby in the other room. We hear this loud crash and like rumbling. Like we're from California, so we're used to earthquakes, and we're like, earthquake. But it was a different sound. It was weird. It's like a crash. And the way our house is set up is there's a wall and like about maybe a 5 foot kind of jump. And then there's a driveway. We have a fence there with a big tree on it or a big vine. And I guess an apartment complex. Someone backed out, hit the wall, hit the thing. The car wheels were off the overhang. Everything fell onto my wife's car. And so we were just dealing with that for the last 3 hours. So I told Matt, like, hey, I might not be on just because I don't know, random.
I'm like, let's do this. Let's see how it goes.
So welcome to Comics Covered. I'm John, your host, and this is Matt, are both co-founders of Covr'D.
Yeah, you definitely bring more energy than I do, for sure. So it definitely would have been a more subdued show, for sure.
Thanks, Jay. Appreciate it.
So in addition to that, we had a little bit of news. You can now buy merch.
Hey, merch shop.
We were gonna give some. We were gonna give one something away tonight. We'll do it. We'll save it for next week. We'll give away a shirt next week. So
yeah,
and I saved that. Oh, here it is. Here's the link.
That's for everyone.
Yeah, everyone.
Yeah. If you guys were interested, the cool thing is because we were setting this up. Do you mind if I share my screen and walk everybody through it real quick?
Oh, sure. I was just going to bring it up, but yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, here, I'll just do it. Let me find it real quick. Here we go. So yeah, Matt can. Matt put the link in there, right?
I didn't, but I'll drop it now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, go for it.
Bum, bum, bum. Oh yeah, Chris Rupp's on. It was good. It was good hanging out with Chris for a while.
Here we go. Okay. And then we'll talk about Comicspro, which is interesting because it was our first time going. And then we'll talk about other fun stuff. But so this is
here we go. Hold on.
So the cool thing is our basic thing. We're going to show and sell, the logo shirts, some sweatshirts, a hoodie, and of course hats. But the cool thing is all of these have different colors. So if you want the cyan cover here or logo, you can get it in berry, you can get it in black, you can get it in pink, you can get it in forest. Whoops.
And nothing says cover price than berry.
Berry is kind of our favorite. This one is in oxblood. We didn't name the names, the colors. Okay. You can do it in black. You can get a brown and red, asphalt and red, and of course some more kind of pinkish kind of color.
That's salmon. It's definitely salmon.
Yeah. Then we got a mustard and yellow, some grays. Of course, our classic white. That was the original. And then, of course, with the white logo, we got navy, black, asphalt again. The hats are interesting because we got like a fitted logo cap, which is just you get one. Well, you can get black, navy, or gray. You can do.
Phil said, "Show me the hoodies." Here. By the way, before we're gonna do this real quick. Let's bring in Phil.
And then throw me out again real fast.
And then we're going
true king.
Dude. Okay. I love the dual. I love the hat in the dual color situation with the different bill. That's dope. But yeah, you had me at hoodies. I've been waiting for. I got a t-shirt and a hat. I need a hoodie. So you had me at hoodies right away.
Show him the pink one right there. I think that says Phil like. Right there, yeah.
Bro, I'll do it. You know what? I'll wear an overly tight polo shirt and a pink hoodie any day.
So it's kind of funny because my wife wears that. We got one of the samples for it when we were setting this up, and she wears it like at least every other day.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And she hates comic books and anything related. So that's how much she likes it.
Really?
The silly thing is on the back here, we put a comics approved by the comics code with secret on it.
That's dope. I love that.
But now everyone's been asking for some merch, and thank you for putting up with us while we were getting it all together. And now we have it. So if you guys want to sport some really cool cover price logo shirts and stuff, or if you have ideas of other merch you want from us, go ahead and click on it, and we'll see what happens.
Like underwear.
Yeah, and we'll probably be giving one or two of these away. And
we got it covered right in the front there.
Yeah, it's a big cover price logo right in the front. Smart, good, classy.
I'm looking for a belt buckle.
Ooh. Okay. We'll work on it.
Like you get it like with like the little diamonds all over it. Not like bedazzled, but you know.
Kind of like bedazzled, but not like it.
Tastefully.
Right.
You can tastefully do those things. 100%. That's dope. I love that, guys. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thanks. It's always nice to do.
JD wants cover price boxers.
All right.
I'm saying there is an audience for those things. I
was going to say new or used.
Well, you know, some
Japanese
cover price Crocs. Yeah.
So I always think that we should do cover price like condoms, and then when it grows, it goes from the logo to the full word.
Cover price. Yeah. Wasn't there like McHale's Navy with like Kelsey Grammer did like wasn't there like a dick joke in there, like a battleship or something that goes from a PT boat to a battleship? I can't remember.
How about it goes 8.0, 8.5, 9.2, 9.8, 9.9.
Oh man,
that would be really funny. It just kept escalating and great.
Oh man. All right. Well, we were going to talk about Comicspro because we went this week, and there was a lot of questions because I don't think a lot of people go to the retailer events. This was actually
you have to be a member to go.
Yeah,
you definitely have to be industry to go.
Very different from a regular convention, in my opinion, because everyone there was there to, everyone there was in the industry, and everyone was like, selling comics and talking about selling comics. The way it was set up was it was here in Glendale, near where Matt and I live, so it was easy for us to kind of go. But we just went for one day, and they have a big kind of like, it's really nicely done, great app that they use that everyone was connected and talking to each other. It was really well done in that sense. Smaller there's only about maybe 400 people that went to it compared to like the hundreds of thousands of people that go to like SDCC or New York. And you get in there. So first thing
sounds like CinemaCon almost.
It probably is to some degree. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
cool.
You go in there.
I'm learning.
Yeah. Big ballroom. And then they had like you're sitting there for 2 hours or so, and you have about a 15-minute presentation from different publishers. You had like Oni Press come up. You had Marvel, DC, Penguin, Random House was there. Everyone talked about the whole diamond thing. And then they had breakout sessions for people to learn like different aspects of the industry. There was one about like how to include manga in your store and marketing your shops and stuff like that. But then the cool thing was they had a whole little exhibit where people were talking about like they had writers. They had Chip Zdarsky.
Yeah.
They had Maria Flores. I think it was her name's Maria. As a writer. Melissa Flores. And a bunch of other like people who were and Tony Felices was there from Stray Dogs and Feral. And a bunch of other like people talking about their stuff, and it was cool because someone just asked like, "Do you have to buy the stuff?" No, they were just giving away stuff and signing stuff, and because they want the publishers or the retailers to sell it. They want to pick them in their shop. So it's interesting. It was a really different tone, but everyone was really cool. Everyone was really nice. They had the guys from Karate Kid. They had the
dojo master from Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Danny. Yeah.
So
he was signing. What was the name of their comic? Scout originally.
Prodigal Son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was just signing these graphic novels for everyone, which was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's weird seeing him in person because you're like, oh, it's the Cobra Kai guy. Oh.
Mine was smudged, cool. But I didn't dare say, "Can I get another?" I didn't do it. When we were talking to Tony, and Tony, like, it's kind of fun. They travel this stuff. I don't know if you can see this, but they're doing this. Tony and Tim Seeley, they're doing this Murder Princess comic book series. It's like this. I don't know what the description is, but Murder Princess is kind of in the Disney style, is what it's going to be.
Oh, so those are feet going like to Cinderella's glass slipper.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
I can see it now. Awesome.
So
I get a lot of different crazy princess covers. Is what?
You're going to get like crazy homage covers and whatever. So I'm looking forward to that. I was like
Snow White and her Deadly Apple and all kinds of stuff.
I mean, you could think of all the EC covers you could do with that, and I mean, I was actually showing them if you remember the Afterlife of Archie series,
Mhm.
and there's the Peapoy, that's like Pepoi, the Peapoy covers where it's like Veronica and Betty, but they're like, you know, in their traditional Archie style, but they're in lingerie and they're watching TV, and it's like there's zombies after them, kind of like a B movie. Fantastic covers, some of my favorite covers. And it's like sometimes it's like I think that kind of like a homage to a style is kind of sometimes the way to go. But obviously, since they're in the Disney realm, you're going to get a lot of those. So I was excited about that.
Yeah, it's a really cool idea. So you might be asking, what kind of comics were they giving away? Well, so we got this one. I don't know what this is. Is it X-Men?
That's the new Power Rangers series with a whole new team. And you know, that was before.
It's funny because Matt is a purist and he always feels bad because they always are like, "Can I sign your comic for you?" And Matt's like, "No,
don't you touch it."
Don't you touch it. And I always give in. They gave away a cool, I guess, ash can or something of not an ash can, but of something killing the children. I think it's number.
It is Department of not Department. House of Slaughter. House of Slaughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then it's an open cover thing, so it's a full on like, oh my goodness, I shouldn't be doing that. But anyway.
Oh wow, I didn't realize it's a gatefold.
Gatefold, and it goes all the way to the back.
So yeah, I like that. That's nice.
Yeah, so that's fun. Let's see, what else did we get in this one? This is like the first time you'll ever see me do a haul because it's all free stuff that was given to us. Oh yeah, Jared Sams was there. Really funny guy. He was giving Matt and I some static for both being bald.
Mr. Rupp was asking, do we have a Comicspro category? So we do have a Comicspro category. It's just not searchable on the front end of things. If we share out the link, you would be able to search it. But that is something that will be that we're surfacing to the front end, where you will be able to search all of that. Like we have a lot of categories. All the times you have variant sets. Like we've been busy connecting all the different variant sets, and so like if you wanted like Iron Man by design, there's a link for that, you know, and they have all the books in that set. And like each of the conventions, New York Comic Con, San Diego Comic Con, you have a category for all those for all the years, and then you have the one and then the specific years. So it's that will all be on the surface.
Yeah. So how many days was this event, guys?
It was 4 days.
It started Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
And then ended Sunday morning. Well, Sunday morning was like a breakfast. So
they're doing like workshops and speaking events, things like that. Is that what this was?
It was a whole bunch. Like I could walk you through the agenda. It was actually really interesting. So like the day you get there, they kind of take you. It's kind of like it gives you a lot of time to meet with people. So let me go back to the schedule here.
So it's a bit of a networking event, and
a lot of it. Yeah. So like
totally networking.
Wednesday started with like a brewery tour, and then there's just meetups after that. Then they kind of do like a little like lightning talks and introducing you to the conference, and then there's a reception hosted by a publisher. The one on Wednesday was hosted by Ani. Then there's Thursday, you have breakfast and presentations, and then you go to the vendor hall, then more presentations, then you go to the vendor hall, more presentations. And then Friday were all the roundtables and more presentations. And then Saturday, they drove people around to stop by all the various comic book shops in the area, just to go through a comic book shop and be like, hey, here's what I like, here's what I don't like. You know, with the retailers and publishers walking together through these spaces to be like, here's what works, here's what doesn't work. Really interesting. I mean, I wonder how much is actionable, you know, out of this stuff, right? Well, it's nice.
Yeah, it was cool because you can see the publishers working with the retailers to kind of get their stock or their books in the right. I don't want to give any names or anything away. I don't know like what we can talk about or what we can't. But like one publisher is like, hey, we're going to do a prize. If you have the best display and you take a photo of it, you can win $8,000 from this publisher. If your retail shop like shows our comics nicely, like has a good retail store. I thought that was neat. You know, it was kind of cool to see.
$8,000
one thing
too.
I
That's
thought
pretty
was
nice.
Chris had a really good point. It is like, yeah, these are every year they offer books, usually to promote whatever's coming up for those publishers, tied to whatever's coming up. And then they give them away, and they're kind of open. You know, you're just allowed to grab them. But here's the thing: it's like imagine you run a candy store and you let a bunch of kids in, and there's just candy on, and you're like, hey, just grab one, but we're not going to be in the room, and there will be a stack of them. You know,
I did see people with a few of them. Do you want me to finish the haul though, real quick, just to go through?
Oh yeah. Keep going. Sorry, I just thought that was funny. I was like, you're like one or two?
Two. I have two hands.
You know, like yeah.
So they had Mothra, King of the Monsters by IDW. By the way, I didn't realize that IDW changed their logo to this thing, and I felt like an idiot because I went over there. I'm like, "What's ID?" They're like, "We're IDW." I'm like, "Oh."
So the difference between that version is a flip cover. So that's actually the cover A and cover B together on one book. So it's like a. So yeah,
sweet.
Yeah. So the flip cover is like the other. Yeah. So that's the difference between the normal version. Well, that came out last week, I think.
I'm gonna show that side because I like that side better. Hoi.
It almost looks like two different titles though, too, like Godzilla.
And,
you know,
yeah, is it two different titles? Maybe
it looks like it's two different comics.
Let's see, Godzilla Heist.
Yeah,
and then the other one was King of the Monsters, I think.
Yeah, Mothra, King of the Monsters.
Mothra, Queen,
backwards and upside down. Yeah, I think it's two different comics.
Queen of the Monsters.
Queen of the Monsters.
Because she identifies.
I don't know. I'm just looking at the way like normally like it would be like, you know, back to back, but this one's upside down, so it kind of looks like it's two different books.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Then we got what we're giving away today, but Matt's version, the Ash Can for Something Beneath the Trees by Patrick Horvath.
Oh, cool.
And they have the Comicspro. Were you giggling at, Matt? Then we had some IDW cool kind of TMNT book. This one's a thick one though, so I haven't looked at it, but it looks like it's
what she said.
You know. Then we
How
had
long has Comicspro been around? Like as far as an event goes?
So that's a good question. Chris would know that. Chris has been around since 1992. I think that's what Chris said.
Someone asked, like, is it invite only? It's not invite only, but you have to be a retailer in the industry to attend, and then there's a hefty membership fee to go as well. There's a fee to attend. They had a
membership fee for the free comics and the.
It took me a while to try and figure out what that title was.
Yeah, it's animals. Something about animals that get all rabies, and so imagine a world where all the animals have basically a zombie plague virus that come and kill you. So it's zombies with animals.
Oh.
Invader Comics did this first wave thing, but I think this is more of like a preview guide of all their stuff they're doing.
That's cool.
So Invader Comics, I guess new publisher, old publisher.
I've never heard of it.
Stray Dogs #2. They gave away this foil cover of Tony Fleece's.
Yeah, I think Tony put that. That's actually not a Comicspro one. That's actually a previously released copy that he just put in his little swag bag. That was his own little swag bag for retailers. Like he also had. I don't know if you're going to show it, John.
Oh yeah, I got it. I got it right here.
Oh, you got it. Okay. Yeah, he has a self-published book that he put in there. That he was just telling people like, hey, this is what it costs me to print it. Let me know how many you want. It's interesting. There's a lot of hustle that like goes into this too, you know?
Yeah. And then finally, this is what we were talking about with Mark Cohn or something. What's his name? Cove from Karate Kid. And I think they based the main character off his look because that looks kind of like him.
Oh yeah, yeah. It did.
Wait, if I put it next to my face, let's see if I can do this.
Let's see if I can find this here.
Oh, there we go. Where does John end? It's so stupid.
There was I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find it.
By Thunder Comics, which was we learned some stuff about Scout Comics as well, right, Matt? I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Yeah, so this was actually kind of fun. So this was the original version.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought Particle Sun's been out before. Like,
so it released in like near Comic Con 2021, I think.
Yeah.
So what's interesting? This is the lenticular. It's like incredibly rare. They got actually sued. I don't know if they were sued, but they were told like you can't sell these. So they actually had to pull all these because it was basically modeled after what was that video game?
Red Dead Redemption.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah. So the creator of the artist of this cover was the original artist for Red Dead Redemption. The same person. But Rockstar said no, you can't do that. So they had to pull all these, and I know the Prodigal Son. So these, like, I don't even know how many of these exist. But basically, I know they pulled the title from Scout and did it on their own now.
Wow.
Yes, Martin Cove.
Yeah. Here was another one too. Was the Street Fighter Prime. So this is like, if I forget this character's name, but she's in love with, models her aesthetic after Ken. You can see the Ken My Love at the top there. So Udon was there. What's that?
It kind of looks like almost like Vega, but minus the mask.
Yeah, I forget her name, but that was Riki. I forget the artist. How do you say the artist name? And then this was another one that they had there was Hello Darkness.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah, that was another book they had at the Boom title.
That is so dark. That was a pregnant woman getting eaten by a mosquito like alien.
It happens, John. It happens every day, all day long.
You don't hear about it until you hear about it, and then you know.
That's right.
I'm not even gonna. I can't even go there on that thing. I'm even wearing like a Star Trek hoodie right now. Okay, I'm just like, no, that's not. That's not right.
What else was there? Oh, so basically, I mean, I think you guys have read a lot of this. We have basically Matt Fraction, Phil and Jorge Jimenez doing Batman. So they're doing a new Batman #1. So it's a bit of a reboot for that. Yes. It was funny. They said it's a new #1, and the crowd was silent. Like,
wah, wah.
But then they announced Matt Fraction, and that will bring a very interesting aesthetic and take on Batman, and the return to the blue and gray had a lot of interest. They basically have a lot going on with Superman. They're redoing. They have a crypto series. They have a new action comic series starting with 1087. It's going to explore Clark's early years. And here's crypto. Here's some of the crypto covers.
Was it cool?
Feels like a lot of preparation for the Gunverse.
Yeah, I know, right? This is love him or hate him. This is Dan Slott. He'll be doing Superman Unlimited. But the premise is interesting. A giant chunk of Krypton crashes into Earth and sending kryptonite all across the planet. So the ramifications of dealing with that. Will be interesting, and we'll see how much they retcon that in the future. The other one was what was it? Supergirl by
that's Artgerm. Looks like.
Well, Artgerm did the design for sure. I think it's Katie Cook.
Oh, really? Man, that.
No, Sophie Campbell. Sophie Campbell, who did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So Sophie Campbell is going to be doing Supergirl, which I think will bring a lot of fun to it. And of course, Artgerm said that Supergirl is his favorite superhero.
Oh yeah, there's a signature. Okay, I was just like, all right, so she's writing, but he did the cover.
Yeah, he did the whole new costume design too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we'll get a bunch of new Artgerm covers.
That's fun. I don't have Matt put together a nice little thing of all the pictures, but from Marvel, some of the interesting takeaways were they're going to do a Jeff the Shark #1. He's going to have a spoiler series coming out. Hey, thanks, Matt. That was great.
Hell yes.
I didn't know you had that. And so everyone was excited. Everyone, the rumors like, yay, Jeff. Like everyone knew.
Yeah.
Jeff.
Something for everyone on the shelf. I was going to say for kids, but it's for everyone.
Jeff's for everybody. Jeff is an equal opportunity joy boy for comics, 100%.
And they're also going to be doing a series of villains versus villains this year for Marvel, where it's going to be like a lot of times they said like, oh, it was always like villains versus the heroes and they're fighting. They're going to do a whole kind of thing with villains fighting other villains and who comes out on top.
And then the heroes just take a day off. Is that how?
Yes. Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, good.
And I think they mentioned that Miles Morales is like, I got there and I was half paying attention. Then I kind of perked up, and I don't know if I heard this right, but his sister is going to be.
Well, they're bringing her back into, I think, the ongoing series again. I don't.
Yeah,
know.
I think that's what they said. Okay, just making
They
sure.
have the other news was Chip Zdarsky is on Captain America.
Right.
Cool.
And that got people pretty interested.
Chip's a great writer, so that is a good move.
Yeah, and he was there having a lot of fun with it too. Sorry, Phil, I talked over you.
No, you're fine. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, I haven't read a Cap comic in years, but that would actually, seeing Chip do it, I would give it a shot, 100%.
Yeah. So it's going to be. Let's see. What is it? What do you say? I think that was pretty much it for that. The other was Image. There's a new Robert Kirkman series coming called Exquisite Corpses.
Sweet.
So that got a lot of people's interest. That was a good Ashcan being passed out, but I missed that. We missed that. That was not the date we were there. So that might be a good one. You know, with Kirkman titles, it's hit or miss, right? Some of them take off. Some of them, you know, like what's the Thief of Thieves, and you know, there's Outcast, and there's so many, right? You never know which one will actually be a big hit. But you know, I think right now they're only like $20 on eBay.
No, that's not bad.
The other awning is doing this one mixed with the team's blood. They're putting actually a drop of blood into the ink. So
they went full on Kiss with this, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. So
now they're just going to be cloned.
They got a lot of attention for that, and they're doing a lot of interesting things with the retailers for sure. They announced they're doing they got the Adventure Time license, so now they're going to be doing a new Adventure Time series. So that will be fun to see them do, because they did a good job with Rick and Morty. So it'll be interesting to see how well people take to the new Adventure Time series. And yeah, if you see, that's a DNA cover there.
Oh yeah,
David Nakayama. So that's
yeah.
fun. That's the B cover. You know, that was a quick roll through. Those are kind of like all the big highlights. I don't know if there was any negatives. There was conversations around the new Gwenpool. Marvel did talk about the new Gwenpool.
And did they talk about they're going to kill Gwen Stacy too, like the death of Gwen, like Spider Gwen?
John, you were there for Marvel? Do you remember them talking about Gwenpool at all?
Not really, to be honest. No, I don't think.
Well, I know that they're going to kill Silver Surfer and Spider Gwen, or Ghost Spider, this year, supposedly. At least that was not supposedly. That was the, like, shows Gwen in front of, or shows a shadow in front of Gwen Stacy's grave. And the other one we've heard probably the most about is the death of the Silver Surfer. So that'll be interesting. I didn't hear about Thor, Derek. Thor's gonna be. I didn't hear about that one, but I heard about the other two.
And if you haven't seen here, let's see if I can bring it up here. I don't know if I can find it. Bring it up.
Free for all. Got a big response from retailers. We also did exclusive issue one. Yeah.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, I'll just share the screen.
That's pretty cool.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just speculating right now, but I have no idea what's going on inside of the MCU universe.
I mean, it's, you know, they're all trying new things. Like for the new Gwen, the new Gwenpool. I know a lot of people have been up in arms, and you know, I kind of say wait to see like what it is, right? And it could be horrendous, and they could tie it all together. It could be great. Who knows? At the same time, it was the thing that everyone was talking about last week. So it was, whatever they did was working in terms of getting people to talk about a book, right?
Yeah.
Whether it was negative or positive, at least people were talking about it. So it's kind of, you know, when you do something you mix it up, you bring Gwen back from the dead and make her Gwenpool. I mean, it got exactly what they wanted. So you know, we'll have to see how it plays out. I mean, there wasn't any huge takeaways, I don't think, from the event. It was a lot of conversations around, you know, living in a world without Diamond, and you know, Penguin and Luna were both there happily waiting to accept people with open arms. You know, for the most part, except all you independent publishers, you stay far away.
Yeah.
They do have strict requirements. That's kind of like they drop publishers because they don't stay on their deadlines. Where they were talking about how Diamond what used to hold people to their deadlines and then let it go, and then they said that's when all these problems started popping up.
I will say from a data perspective that we take in every week, you know, Diamond, and I think most retailers know, like their data was not always up to date, and it required some, you know, fact checking and stuff. Lunar and Diamond and Penguin are really buttoned up, obviously, and so their stuff's packaged like not only the shipping, but like the data that they provide you is much cleaner than Diamond was. But
yeah.
It's weird. It's weird being in the industry during this huge shift. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy that like we're all talking about it and we're all in it. But like, it was like when COVID happened, it was a big thing. When now Diamond, the monopoly of distribution for comics for so long, is, you know, broken up. It's crazy.
When will we have a new solid story arc? It's been tough with new books and stuff. I mean, that's a good question. You know, the problem with Marvel, I don't know if they addressed it at all, but you know, they have too many books on the rack. I think Rob Liefeld's
addressing it. Boom there announced they're going to be doing less.
They're doing far less. Yeah. So that is interesting. I just think it's to try to keep things a little focused, right?
Yeah.
Which Marvel should be doing. I don't know if they spoke to it at all. I know Rob has been putting Marvel over the coals lately.
What was that over? Do you want to get into that?
He didn't get invited to the premiere. He got invited to the premiere, but was locked out of the party. And since then, he's gone full scorched earth on Marvel.
I'd be pissed off if he was locked out of the party.
He was saying Feige's done. They need to replace Feige because Captain America 4 was so bad, which I enjoyed. But I've never understood Rob, so I just.
But then there was like, you know, when he said that, the press picked it up.
And everybody's talking about it still.
There was like like Kevin's face plus like, you know, Rob's next to it, like, you need to fold it, like, quit.
Yeah.
And you're like,
it was Deadpool creator says Feige's done, you know, and everything else.
You're only encouraging him.
But at the same time, I was like, is that what you want, to go against like one of the biggest people in the industry and be like is that really what you wanted, was to be that guy? I don't know.
I think it could have been other creators though too. Rob. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, Rob doesn't care. Right?
He is not. He will go up against God himself.
Yeah. Rob does not care. But at the same time, too, it could have come from any other comic book creator, and it probably would have carried a little bit more weight. But because just the week before they didn't let me in the party, and I was really upset, and I'm never doing Marvel again. Oh, and by the way, Kevin Feige sucks. You know, it's just kind of like it's like the Captain Petty of comic books.
Okay.
It's just superhero name, Captain Petty.
I love Rob. He's entertaining. You know, he's one of those guys where he has no filter. But this was one of, out of all the stuff, I really love. I have to show this. It was one of my favorite things. It's 1992. Rob Liefeld quits Marvel Comics. It's 1996. Rob Liefeld quits Marvel Comics. It's 1996. Rob Liefeld quits Image Comics. It's 2000. Rob Liefeld quits Austin Comics. It's 2012. Rob Liefeld quits DC Comics. Then he quits his crowdfunding comics. And then he quits Marvel Comics. And then he quits Youngblood again. Like, it just, And then it says in 2027, Rob Liefeld announces that he will never quit
Never
quitting
quit quitting
comics.
comics. Pretty much. That is probably the most accurate thing I've ever seen about Rob on the internet.
It is.
100%.
It was probably my favorite thing that I saw last week. I literally saved it on my desktop.
I can hear the voice. I will say this: Rob has always been nice to us in person, just not nice to us
On Twitter.
in Twitter lands and whatnot.
Yeah. Feige's overworked. I mean, he is. I mean, he was stretched. Yeah. Come on.
I mean, but and at the same time too, I mean, Marvel just shelved 3 series, right? They just put Nova up, they just put Strange Academy up, and they put the Terror Inc. or whatever it was going to be, where it's somebody that takes body parts, and as they put the body parts on, and they inherit the powers, but the memories and the bad things come with it too. So they had those 3 Disney Plus projects in writing, in direction, all the fun stuff, and they just this last week shelved all 3. I think they're kind of seeing the writing on the wall that they need to really get to this next story arc so they can start over and people don't have to watch 10 years worth of movies and television to stay current, because some people are trying, in my opinion, it's inaccurate, but some people are saying that Captain America 4 is a failure because of the steep decline from the week to week, and it's definitely a steep decline, 100%. However, I don't think that was because it was a bad movie. I think it's because people have to see so many damn movies and television shows to understand, after not talking about the Eternals and half the creatures standing up on the outside, and MCU fans aren't the same as comic book fans. We will go and see the movie regardless. But I remember having a deep conversation with somebody on Threads because they were upset that they were now being forced to believe, for some reason, adamantium is stronger than vibranium. Vibranium has been always the most strong thing in Marvel, like in Marvel Universe, MCU. Sure, vibranium's been it, but adamantium, Marvel Comics, has always been stronger than vibranium. And it just kind of shows like the education level of different kinds of comic book connoisseurs in movies right now, and what they can get into. And I think it's just too long in the tooth for people to stick with it week to week to week. I think these are always going to be big weekends things.
That's interesting. I could see people literally getting in fist fights over adamantium versus vibranium. I mean,
it was like there was some pretty big name calling. It was
you idiot.
A bunch of nerds really geeking out on each other. The comic book faithful versus the movie new and everything. It was rough.
I will
Big
ask,
Leg says Cap was serviceable. That's a letdown though. I have not seen it yet, so
I really enjoyed it. I did. I had a good time. I mean, I would say on my scale, it was 3.9 out of 5. I mean, it wasn't quite a 4, but it was probably one of the better things I've gotten to enjoy lately in comic book movies.
What post Endgame? What was your favorite piece of Marvel content?
Spider-Man: No Way Home, second Shang-Chi. Those are my 2 favorite pieces of Marvel content since that time.
Interesting.
Those are my 2. What about you?
Yeah.
You don't get to just ask that question and answer it yourself.
I really enjoyed the Hawkeye series, specifically because what I hoped that we were going to get in the Eternals, what did it for me was the scene when she's a little girl and she's in her tower and she sees Hawkeye zipping across. And then it ties up perfectly to the original Avengers film from the original perspective. I love stuff like that, and the fact that they haven't weaved more stuff in like that of all these things when they're going back into the past and the future. I'm disappointed we haven't seen more of those little nuggets in there, or just see like Spider-Man swinging in the background, CG, right? You just like a quick glimpse. You have this big world, and then they try to go so insular again. When Endgame blew that out of the water. Like there was no going back to like these insular worlds, and I think that's where Marvel kind of lost their direction.
And they didn't capitalize on 2 of the best duos that I had seen in ages in comic book characters in their shows, and that was Bucky and Sam. Great chemistry. If you see the movie too, you're gonna have this one moment you're gonna be like, oh, so great again.
Right.
And then Kate and Yelena were freaking magic.
Yeah, they were. They were
freaking magic. And she's not even in the next Thunderbolts movie. I'm just like, why aren't these two big? Like, I think Marvel's like trying to add so many people that they're losing track of their best chances.
Yeah.
I think Loki post Endgame to me was one of my favorites.
The last season.
I was thinking movies when you asked the question. So
I mean,
post Endgame, I wasn't really.
Yeah, well, I mean, Marvel title stuff, but I loved like the first season. Second season, I lost a little bit of it, but like the first season where you see the one behind it all, or whatever his name was, the whole thing where he goes, oh, Infinity Stones, and he opens up the drawer and he has like
dozens of them. Like, we use them for paperweights.
Yeah, I just thought I love that whole like. I love. I mean, that's one thing I love about Endgame, where it was the time travel, and you see, like Matt, you were saying, you see the perspective of Hawkeye falling out of the window and stuff. But in Endgame, where he goes back and you see Hulk jumping and smashing, and he's all like, "It's derivative," like you see a different angle of the same thing that you remember, and that only plays well when like in comic book movies, because there's such a history and a lore, and it really is like paying homage to everyone who went and saw all that last 10 years of stuff. You get that inside joke, and I love that. That's always fun.
Yeah, they built this history up and then threw it away.
Yeah.
That was kind of that. I think that was people's problems. They didn't want to see.
Good thing Robert Downey Jr. is coming back to save the day.
Well, I mean, I'm happy to see him, and it's Doom, so I'm guessing he's going to have a mask on for most of it, and then when he isn't, he's to be scarred to hell. So it's not going to still be the Tony we knew, but at the same time, it's I am super still excited for Fantastic Four. Like that is my summer. Between July, don't even talk to me. Between Jurassic Park, Superman, Fantastic Four, anybody bothers me that month, I mean, it's going to get a throat punch right off the bat. Like, I'm going to the movies by myself because I don't want anybody asking me stupid questions. Like, you've always got a relative that comes to me like, "Who's that?" Shut up. I can't. No, I never knew how satisfying it was to go see a movie by yourself until Valentine's Day.
That's right.
When I went to go see Love Hurts, and it was tremendously. No, it wasn't Love Hurts. I went to go see Captain America on Valentine's Day because I remember there were people at other places and they were just like, "Do you want to sit with us?" I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm really good. This is kind of cool. Like I'm totally good. My own snacks.
JSS Brooklyn had a good point. Like that, you're exactly right. I did love that Werewolf by Night special. So actually, one of the things I've been saying, I wish they did no episodic TV shows, and they did like imagine if they did Marvel Presents as a series, and it was 10 episodes, and every episode was one person that you like an established Marvel character, and then a new one, or someone recently introduced, so that you can keep that narrative going, and you don't have to wait 4 years for them to be on screen again.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. I mean, that proved that validity of that one episode was like, they gave us something really new, and I loved Man-Thing. Like it was such a good aesthetic. He looked fantastic.
Oh yeah. That and What If, the whole What If stuff was great for that first season. Was fantastic, right? Did you guys like?
I didn't like What If. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
I didn't. I thought it was a miss. Kind of talking to the fact of like what Matt was talking about, where you could have brought in. I really was hoping for something more anthology, like right where every single one is just a different like. Particularly in individual episodics, like I didn't want to have like these same. I have no problem with Peggy Carter, but her being in every one of the 3 seasons is just kind of like, like there's so many awesome like we get Storm, Goddess of Thunder, but she just shows up for the last episode. Like where the was that? Like for me, What If
dare you?
What if? I mean, cool. But what if kind of hurt me, because I felt like it was a great opportunity to try different animation styles in every episode, kind of like what they did with the Star Wars side of things, and tell completely different tales out of time, out of different pockets that could have introduced that. I think What If would have been a fantastic vehicle for what you were talking about, Matt.
Yeah.
But just to kind of put their own twists on it. But yes.
To jump genres, that Marvel, Star Wars. Was not right.
Visions. Star Wars Visions.
That was
amazing.
That was episodic.
Yeah. It was that first episode, especially the one with the your lightsaber's red like mine. Like, oh my God, that it was just that. Whew. Yeah, I was peaked right there. Granted, the entire series of that season peaked in that one episode, but it was fantastic. I got so many people to watch that entire series and was like, if you just watch the first episode, I swear, every single one. And every single person I convinced to watch that one episode, yes, they killed the rest of the episodes just because they were hoping to see something like that. And it didn't happen. But I'm hoping with Star Wars Celebration in Tokyo this year that we're going to get a Star Wars anime announcement. I'm hoping for a Rogue Squadron Star Wars anime announcement. If that happens, I will melt.
That would be amazing.
That would be.
They have to do something
so amazing. Imagine this Robotech, like, just. Oh my God. Sorry, I'm completely freaking out.
No. That would be amazing. And if they're going to do it, doing it for the Japanese audience would be like, obviously, like, of course.
It's the perfect time to do it between Studio Ghibli being out there, right, themselves, and any other animation standard and studio, but taking Star Wars Celebration to Tokyo should not be just a destination of the city itself. There should be something bigger to it. And in my mind, with Star Wars going all the way out there for this celebration, I feel like it has to have something bigger to do with it.
I think they should fight Godzilla.
Oh, bro.
Darth Vader versus Godzilla.
That would be pretty interesting. But Star Wars has their own Godzillas too. So.
Yeah, let me put up one thing real quick, Matt. So you did the giveaway. You put So just so everyone can get into it. Remember, we're giving away what is it? Something beneath the trees where nobody sees, everybody sees, nobody sees.
something beneath. Oh man, you have me tripped out now. Beneath the trees where nobody sees. Yes, but this is Polludium, the new. It's basically a prequel series. Basically, when she starts getting that like itch to kill.
Yeah.
Oh,
So enter hashtag trees into the chat, and you will be entered to win. And we'll give that away.
I had a different one going.
Oh, sorry.
No
Let me step on your toes. Let me come late and then step on your toes.
Yeah, no worries. But there's already one entry for mine. I don't know who did that. They didn't even share it.
Oh, you do? Did you call it
Matt,
tree?
did you enter your own contest? You didn't want to give away the book.
There we go.
Wait, Matt, is yours hashtag trees also?
It was something else. I won't say it. Some people don't throw in for that one too.
Okay, good. Never mind. Yeah, how did somebody know about that one already, Matt?
I don't know. One, make sure. I don't know if it ignores that space. Space.
Oh yeah.
But what are you guys still looking forward to in Marvel release? I mean, we've got Superman coming from DC, but that's really the main thing that we're
excited
getting.
About the Thunderbolts.
Yeah, dude, I got really excited about the Thunderbolts after the last preview. I was just like,
I will tell you, I became obsessed with X-Men 97. Like that Gambit episode, gone. I probably watched it, I don't know, 8 times. And it just, every time I watch that, I'm like, all I want is X-Men. Just stop everything. Just freaking give us X-Men. That's where we're all waiting for. Yeah. And I'm like, I just need to see X-Men. That's it.
Well, I mean, rumor has it, right, that the Russo brothers have been given the mutant saga, right? That's going to be occurring after this. So, I mean, Marvel is trying to make the same movies that we saw James Gunn get to have with DC, and I think Feige will kind of roll up into something higher, but I think they might be working on the Russos to kind of take a little piece of that going. But I mean, there was 8 Marvel projects this year between Disney Plus and this, because we got Marvel Zombies, which I am stoked to see. I have Wakanda, Ironheart, what was it, Daredevil. There was a 5th. There's a 5th.
Oh, Daredevil's going to be. I'm excited about Daredevil.
Daredevil is going to be good. There was Captain America, there was now Fantastic Four, there is Thunderbolts, but there's one more property I'm forgetting. Wonder Man coming out this year too.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, Eyes of Wakanda and Wonder Man are like November, December respectively, but I'm excited for them. But there's so much Marvel happening this year that I kind of felt like it was it's diluting itself, right? And I think that's why it's a shame, because I'm a huge Strange Academy guy. I would love to have seen that. That would have been the best thing to happen to Marvel in a lot of ways. But because so many just brand new characters that are recent, that don't have so much history that you could have fun with. But also, at the same time too, Nova is something a lot of us have been waiting on for quite some time. Getting a lot of characters that, I mean, are cool, but and Friendly Neighborhood. But that's not part of the greater MCU. I'm talking about like the things that have been kind of established. But then again, I guess Marvel Zombies couldn't.
You're waiting for Craven too.
Oh, most happy about that universe getting quashed. I'm not a big thing about villains. I mean,
Craven 2 Electric Boogaloo.
I saw it.
I haven't seen it. Yeah.
I saw it. I've got it. I've got it on digital. I didn't go to the theaters to see it.
You know, it's funny, they got me because I didn't go see it, but I'm gonna watch it because once the price comes down, because that first opening scene that they released, like the first like 3-4 minute kind of thing where he's going through that prison, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. Look at him being all strong and being all agile. Plus it's the guy from Kick-Ass, which
I watched someone
and he was Quicksilver too. I saw a picture of the Quicksilver from Age of Ultron, and it shows him running, and it says Craven heading to video on demand faster than ever, and it says at the bottom, bet you didn't see that coming.
Ouch.
Oh god, I wish I had that meme. I would just throw it up on screen right now, but it was hilarious.
There was some YouTube channel that was reviewing Captain America, and they said that they enjoyed watching Madam Web more than Captain America.
What?
And I'm like, I watched Madam Web, and
that's
was
impossible.
Horrendous. Yeah,
that was the most
impossible.
Incoherent movie.
It's not even a superhero movie. They don't even get in costume for 30 seconds.
No,
and it's a flash forward, and then it ends with like, and then one day they'll all be a team, but you'll never see it.
It was terrible. It was bad. That was the most incoherent film I've seen since The Room.
I'm glad I didn't see it in the theater. I watched it on the plane, and that was bad enough.
Yeah, I did something. So I think it was the middle of a work day, and I put it on because it was on free on Netflix. And I think right now, Matt, no, John, you were the one that mentioned that you're waiting for the price to come down. I think Craven's on, it's on a streaming platform right now. It's on one of them.
It's not on like Amazon, but I think they were still charging full price.
No. It's like on a Max or a Netflix or somebody. It's on a regular streaming platform.
Oh, interesting.
Already.
I hear they pay you to watch it now. Like if you guys, they're like, watch our show.
That'd be amazing. Get $1 credit back on your bill if you watch.
It's like having solar panels on your house. But with movies. All right, let's do this. Let's do this.
All right, I gotta go make dinner.
All right, just so everyone knows, again, it's this awesome. I keep messing it up. Beneath the trees.
Beneath the trees where everybody sees, or
Paludium. Yes, Paludium Ashcan.
And if you haven't read that, it's a really fun. I know Matt goes crazy about it. It's
the original series. It was my favorite thing that came out that year. I mean, it was so fun. So different and original, and it was a nice surprise. Yeah.
So, all right, here we go. Don't forget, before we do this, if you are enjoying any of the content that we do, please like and subscribe. And if you want to wear a nifty hat like this or clothing in general, you should wear Cover Price logo clothing. Take a look at our shop, and if you like something, give it a buy.
Yeah, see, I got one right here.
Oh yeah, see, bloop, bloop, bloop. All right, let's do the drawing. 19 people entered. One shall
leave.
Yeah, you saw where I was going with that. And the winner of this amazing Comicspro Ashcan that you can only get if you went to this event, Spidey Guy Murph.
Hey, nice. Congratulations.
Well done. I'm going to take a screenshot. So to claim your prize, just email me or Matt at coverprice.com or John at coverprice.com. Yep. And if any of you have any comments for either of us, you can always email us as well, and we will try to respond.
Yep. And I should be getting stuff out this weekend. So for those waiting for the previous winnings.
All right. Well, any final words from you guys?
No, thanks for joining. Hopefully, you guys got some good insight into how Comicspro works.
Yeah,
it was new to
I
us,
knew about it
so
until you guys mentioned it.
no, it was really interesting. I wish actually the more interesting things are those side conversations, between publishers and collaborating that goes on during these things.
Next time you guys got to take a mini podcasting kit and just have people sit down and talk.
That's a really good point. We'll do that next year.
I've got this nice little recorder set up 4 mics just like this bad boy here, and you guys could just sit down and just have a meal with all these different people rotating through. There'd be content for months, boys. Content for months.
Damn it!
It'll be hot wings with cover price.
Dude, I would hot wings. Yes, that'd be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
But we cover comics and hot sauce instead.
Word.
All right. And how about you, Phil? Any last words before we go?
I just got released by the doctors today to stop walking with walkers and everything else.
Oh, nice.
I'm now up to the pimp cane. So I'm gonna start walking around conventions asking, "You got my money?"
Does it have a sword in it?
No, I've actually been looking for one of those, but no, this isn't it.
We need to get you.
I don't plan on using it for long.
Well, they're immensely illegal in some states. I know they're incredibly illegal here.
Pretty much in all the states. We need to get you one of those Jurassic Park ones with the amber on top, so you can just go.
Oh, that would be so sweet. I would
in 24 hours.
I would 100% Hammond like a mother. That would be that would be it. No, I've got. It's been good. It's been quiet, but actually working on a short film and doing a lot of work and getting some crazy things going. So it's been fun. It's been fun.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Well, glad you're healing up. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Join us next week when we're going to give away probably some shirts as well and stuff like that. And remember, keep those comics covered. Matt? He hates that. He hates it so much. All right. Bye, everybody.